welcome back to Frontline. Jay here with another review. Today I'm reviewing Dark Age The Forged #1. This issue is written by Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV, with pencils by Jim Lee, Andy Kubert, and John Romita Jr. Inks by Scott Williams, Klaus, Janson, and Miki. Colors are by Alex Sinclair with Jeremiah Skipper. Letters are by Steve Wands, cover by Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. Variant covers by Andy Kubert and Brad Anderson, and John Romita Jr., Miki, and Alex Sinclair. Batman has been hiding a dark secret, one that could threaten the very existence of the multiverse. How does it all tie into the origins of some of the biggest heroes of the DC Universe? Let's find out. There are 3 stories here that are woven into this overall narrative. The first one is Hawkman, where we hear about his origins in ancient Egypt and some of his experience into the investigation of Nth Metal in his journal. So this could be after the death of Hawkman, but I think since this is the Premium 52 origin we're seeing here, and him being Carter Hall and not Cater Hall, that I think this is a different Hawkman than the one from the Savage Hawkman that we got in the New 52. The next story is Batman's story, who is trying to get to the center of some mystery, something that he hasn't brought anyone else in on yet, because he sees there's something different. This isn't him trying to be superior or untrusting. This is Batman not knowing and trying to protect them all. There is something wrong with the very core of the earth. Batman runs into Aquaman, who's upset that Wayne Enterprises is drilling in the ocean, and Batman gives him a veiled threat of sorts, where he says that he knows what's underneath Atlantis. Could this be connected to the Obsidian Age or something? Aquaman also looks like he did back during the Obsidian Age, when, you know, he had the longer hair and the beard, which seems to suggest that this takes place after the current arc in Aquaman. We are getting to see Batman is also being monitored by someone. It's the Blackhawks, with Lady Blackhawk hovering over them in like this invisible plane. Now the final story is one that has Duke and Hal Jordan. Hal gets a call from Gantlet, and he's to retrieve something of utmost importance and cannot tell anyone about it, especially not his Earth Lanterns. Hal is shocked to learn that this location is in the Batcave. When he gets there, he runs into Duke, who is still codenameless right now, but he will be getting a code name in Dark Days, the casting, and will have his own series soon. So Duke tells him that he can't let him in the cave per Batman's orders. Not even family is allowed in. We also get a little note here that Duke's mom has some connection to the Immortal Men, which I find very interesting. Hal renders him useless, though, by picking him up with his ring, and he finds like a cave within the cave, where an unknown voice guides them to the cave, and we see all types of artifacts from the DCU. These could either be real artifacts, or they could be holograms, but since this is Batman, they could be real. Most likely are real, because some of these artifacts include the Helm of Fate, Aquaman's trident, and the Amazonian battle braces. Whoever is in the cave, though, Hal's ring is reacting to it strongly. It's getting hotter, it's not functioning right, but he keeps following the voice, and the voice leads him to a room where we find out that Batman's been keeping the Joker there. How long? We don't know. But that isn't the biggest secret that Batman's keeping. He's also working with Mr. Terrific, who looks very pre-New 52 here. And he says he's working with Batman by exploring another Earth, most likely Earth 2, because that's where he was at. We find out that they have Plastic Man in prison, some sort of an egg, and it's time to set him free so he can help them. Then we get out and we find out that beneath the Fortress of Solitude, Batman has a hidden room that Superman allowed him to set up, but one that no one, including Superman, knows the contents of, as it's locked with no key. So Batman has to have Mr. Miracle unlock it for him, and he flees when he sees that Batman has a multiverse tuning fork, the same one that we saw in Crisis on Infinite Earth that the Monitor used to merge the 5 Earths into what became known as the post-Crisis universe. And we later saw something like this in Infinite Crisis, where Earth 3's Alex Luthor built one using the, Earth 2's Alex Luthor built one using the armor from the Anti-Monitor to create his antimatter tower to resurrect the multiverse and bring back the multiverse. There was so much here that you could have been overwhelmed, honestly. I think it walked that fine line of overwhelming and intriguing you correctly, as I was very intrigued here. I have a multitude of questions and theories right now going off in my head, all over just this one issue. I can't wait to read the first story after this, like what comes after this. I want to know what Dark Knight's Metal is about now. This has me really excited for this whole event, and the story is perfect and gets 5 stars. The art here is where the book suffers, to be honest. There are 3 artists, 3 inkers, 2 colorists on this book. 2 of the artists, Jim Lee and Andy Kubert, styles kind of mesh pretty well here. You know, they're not too different, but the point where you are pulled out of the story is the John Romita Jr. pages. The style's vastly different, and it causes the flow of the book to hit major speed bumps that pull you out of the story. If the 3 styles were more complementary of each other, then it could actually work. But with the one big difference, it really hurts it. The art gets 3 stars here. Overall, though, this was an excellent start to the DC Metal event that it's going to be going through this summer. I am super pumped for it, and I'm looking forward to what lurks within the DC universe and how the secrets revealed here could affect the bigger mystery of DC Rebirth. With the story getting 5 stars and the art getting 3 stars, I give it an overall 4 stars, and I say you should definitely pick that up. Well, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know yours in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to Comic Frontline. Check out and subscribe to my channel, The Comic Book Theater. Check out comicfrontline.com, the site, for all the latest previews, reviews, news, and interviews, along with fun, unique features with daily updates. And don't forget to like and follow me, The Comic Book Theater, Media Menace, and Comic Frontline on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and download Frontline Live every week on iTunes for free. I'll include all these links in the description below. Until then, I'll catch you in the next review.